How you doing? It's Sandesh here, and I'm here to do a video about an article on spikedonline.com, and it was on the 2nd of April. Um, anyway, it's called the article is called "The Coming Revolt Against Woke Capitalism." The greatest threat to Western civilization comes not from China, Russia, or Islamists, but from the very people who rank among its greatest beneficiaries in virtually every field. The midwives of our demise are not working class radicals or the far right agitators, but, as the late Fred Siegel called it, the new aristocratic class made up of the well credentialed and the technological and scientifically adept. Virtually every ideology that's undermining the West has its uh, um, patrons in these ruling cognitive elites. This includes everything from the purveyors of critical race theory and Black Lives Matter to transgender activists and perhaps more egregiously campaigners for the climatic jihad. In each case, these elite activists reject the market tradition of liberal capitalism and instead promote a form of social control, often with themselves in charge. The fact that these ideologies are destructive could ultimately undermine the status of these very elites seem to matter little to them. That they also infuriate the middle and worker class doesn't seem to register either. A huge shift has taken place among the elites in recent years. In the past, wealthy people overwhelmingly favoured the political right or the centre. Some billionaires still do, including oil and chemicals magnate Charles Koch and Oracle founder Larry Ellison, media tycoon Rupert Murdoch, and real estate billionaire Donald Brin, all of whom are well known into their 70s and 80s or beyond. Today, these folks are supplanted by more youthful and supposed more enlightened oligarchs who are consistently outraised and outspend their right wing rivals by a margin of nearly 2 to 1. In the US, non-profit assets have grown 16-fold since 1980. In 2020, non-profits brought in 2.62 trillion in revenues, constituting more than 5% of the US economy. Ironically, foundations that are funded with the great fortunes of Henry Ford, John D. Rockefeller, and John D. MacArthur, all right-wing figures, have become some of the key financiers of progressive causes. Excuse me. In the coming decades, we can expect more of this pattern. Not only do we have to deal with the beliefs of the oligarchs, but also those of their forsaken wives and their offspring. Jeff Bezos' former spouse, Mackenzie Scott, worth an estimated 60 billion, has already given 133 million to a group pushing for progressive takeover of education. Melinda Gates, the former wife of Microsoft founder Bill Gates, worth at least 13 billion, is also backing woke causes. These woke causes, by the way, is just all about controlling speech. That's what this is about. The current cadre of elites seem uniquely hostile to individual rights, values that once stood at the heart of liberal and capitalist societies. Rather than promote upward mobility for the plebs, they want to divide them into identity groups based on race, sexuality, and gender. Black Lives Matter, the enforcers of critical race theory, for years enjoyed lavish support from top tech companies including Microsoft, Cisco, and TikTok. It also became a poster child for a host of non-profits like the Tides Foundation, which in turn gets much of its money from the oligarchs and their descendants, including George Soros and the MacArthur, Hewlett, Ford, Packard, and Rockefeller foundations. Nowhere is the gap between the elites' political activism and interests of the public more evident today than when it comes to the overhyped climate crisis. To a remarkable extent, the current ruling of oligarch in tech and on Wall Street have embraced the ideology of net zero, even though this threatens to undermine Western industrial power and raise the cost of living for the masses. Elite opinion in general is far more engaged on climate issues than the um, general population. In one recent poll, those living with graduate degrees in big dense cities and making over 150,000 a year are far more likely to favour such thing as rationing meat and gas than the vast majority of Americans. The rich have particularly drawn to draconian climate positions, leading billionaires like Tom Steyer have collectively sent hundreds of millions to leading environmental groups. The Rockefellers, here's to the Standard Oil fortune, have become some of the fierce advocates of radical climate policies. They even favour punishing corporations that make money from fossil fuels like their own forebears once did. Environmental groups, including the Sierra Club, have received huge donations, often as high as 100 million from wealth moguls like Ted Turner and Michael Bloomberg. Jeff Bezos announced 10 billion in gifts, mostly to green non-profits. In 2020 alone, the oligarchs' philanthropic efforts are also now paying the salaries of climate reporters at Associated Press and National Public Radio (NPR) to encourage the media to toe the party line. Um, that's all I'm going to talk about it. I'll leave the link in the description for the article so you can see it for yourself. But yeah, it's all about they just want to push this woke narrative and just to control as far as economically and speech as well. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe in this video. And I'm on X. If you could please follow me on that. And I'm also on Odyssey and Rumble. If you can follow me on if you could like, comment, and subscribe on Odyssey and Rumble, I would appreciate it too. And please comment on this video. Let me let me know your views. Let me know, and I'll be very interested. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.